Alright, this will be your TNA Impact Wrestling review for August the 27th, 2014. Overall, tonight's Impact was a solid, decent show. It kicked off with Kurt Angle. He's on the balcony. He talks about how tonight we will see EC3 versus Rhino. We will see the main event, the three-way tag team match in the tag title series, match number 1. The Wolves versus Team 3D versus the Hardys. And he says how tonight also we will find out what's going to happen with Bobby Roode, Eric Young, since last week in the 6-Side to Steel, they both escaped at the same time. And we don't have a number 1 contender for the world title, which then, Angle gets interrupted by MVP, Lashley, and Kenny King. And MVP pretty much insults the New York City crowd, the city of New York, and the IWC. And he refers to Lashley as the King of New York. And then that leads to Tommy Dreamer coming out and saying that, Kenny King deserved better than this, and that Lashley deserved better than this, even though Lashley is one of the most dominant champions in the industry today. And then he gets attacked by Kenny King, MVP, and Lashley, which Angle then makes an impromptu street fight between Lashley and Tommy Dreamer, which was a decent street fight. It didn't go long, but I'm happy that Lashley won. What I'll say here too is, okay, a couple weeks ago, Dixie Carter went through a table by Bully Ray. And Tommy Dreamer said after that, you know what, my job here is done. He went away. So I'm surprised that he came back, but nonetheless, I'm happy that Lashley won in this street fight. Then you had Madison Rayne versus Taryn Terrell in a number 1 contenders match for the Knockouts title. And before the match even happened, there was a backstage segment where Madison Rayne said, you know what, I am the queen of the Knockouts division, and that Taryn Terrell, it's not her time right now, which came off like her being a heel. But at the same time, if I'm not mistaken, she is still in a program with Brittany where she is a babyface and Brittany's the heel. So now here she's coming off as the heel with Taryn Terrell being the face. But nonetheless, this match was a solid match. It went back and forth. There's some good near falls, especially near the end. And the crowd was into this, and Taryn won. And now she gets a Knockouts title match against the Kim. Maybe this is going to happen somewhere down the line, but I wouldn't be surprised they do it right away. And then you had the 6-man X Division tag team match. Low Key, Crazy Steve, and Tigre Uno versus Homicide, DJZ, and Manic. It was a decent match. It didn't go long. The teaming here felt random, but Low Key pins Manic to get his team to win. Yeah, Bobby Roode coming out, and he talks about what happened last week at Hardcore Justice with both Eric Young and Bobby Roode coming out of the cage at the same time. And he says that, you know what? Myself and Eric Young, we just got out of Kurt Angle's office, and next week, myself and Eric Young will go in this ring and we'll go at it, and the winner will become the new number 1 contender for the world title. And then out comes Eric Young, and they talk about their history together, from being in Team Canada, from them signing their contracts together, from them both teaming up, winning the tag team titles back in the day. And overall, I felt like this was a good promo building up a number 1 contenders match for the world title. When was the last time we seen this in pro wrestling? And overall, I thought this was good. Then you had EC3 versus Rhino. And this match was a decent match. It ended up in a DQ after EC3 hit Rhino with a steel chair, and then he went crazy with the chair. He even hit Rockstar Spud, who was trying to stop him. From what it looks like, we're going to continue with this feud between Rhino and EC3, even though I felt this should have been a 1-match thing, and that's it, but nonetheless, it's going to continue. Then we had the debut of the great Sanada, where James Storm presented Sanada in his new appearance, his new ring gear, if you will, looking like the great Muda, and he faced Austin Aries, which was a good, solid match. Sanada won this match, obviously. He hit Aries with the green mist after Aries was distracted by James Storm, and then he hit him with the green mist, and then he super kicked him for the 1-2-3. But nonetheless, this was a good, solid match by both the Great Sanada and Austin Aries. You had the introduction of Chris Melendez, and obviously he was the U.S. military guy who had one of his legs amputated, and his dream was to become a pro wrestler. And they played a good video package before this, telling a story about how he was in Iraq, how he got his leg amputated, and how his dream was to become a pro wrestler. And they showed video packages of him training, I think in Florida with Team 3D and Bully Ray's school. They came back to the ring, and you see Kurt Angle, Ken Anderson, and Team 3D welcoming Chris Melendez. Overall, it was a good feeling. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Chris Melendez here. Hopefully it's good. From what it looks like, it will be. It got some good publicity also with the media. So once again, I can't wait to see how they do this. And then you had the main event, the 3-way tag team match in the tag title series, Team 3D versus the Hardy versus the Wolves. This was a fun match. It went back and forth. The crowd was hot for this. There were some good spots here, obviously. And obviously at the end, Team 3D won. So now they lead in the series. And from what it looks like now, the match will be probably next week. But then again, who knows? But overall, I thought this week's Impact was a solid episode. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section of this video. Your thoughts on this week's Impact. Share this video on all your social media, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Google+. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you all later in the next video. I'm out. Peace.